And good morning. Believe it or not, it's a little cool outside at about 45 right now.
It did feel good coming in this morning.
I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Odie. Wind chill was somewhere hovering earlier this morning around 4:30, around 41. It is getting a little better, but y'all get this. Let's look at this, Odie. This is going to be changing things.
Yeah.
Game changer as we see that today, a high of about 80. Not bad at all there as we go across here, just to let you know what the weather is up to. Perfect summertime weather in February.
Yeah. I like that cool breeze in the morning. Of course, Amy had the heat on.
Scotty Ray had the heat on. You warm-natured people bother me.
Oh, man. I like a little coolness in there.
I see a lot of folks that even in 30-degree weather can go short sleeve. They normally move here from the north, and they're just bad. I can't do it.
Yeah. To Corey said, this is home. Every morning, this is home. We appreciate you watching this morning
sir.
and every morning, and we thank everybody for coming in and being with us as we bring the news, as we like to say, making news great again.
Yeah, Karina joining us from all the way from Louisville this morning. I did have some questions, and sometimes I don't have the answers to everything that I might know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's where I come in.
Let me see here if I can find what I wanted to.
Might not be true, but
You just jump right on out there.
yeah.
Let me see if I can find this. This was Noxapater is where I'm headed for this. There was a huge fire in Noxapater, Highway 15, and I'm not doing too good at finding this.
It's around there somewhere.
That's what I get to for jumping to something that I wasn't prepared for. Here we go. This was Highway 15 just north of Noxapater in Winston County, and I do not know what caused this, but look at this. Maybe it was a controlled burn, but I've got two pictures of what was going on. That's kind of hot, and as you can see there, the glow from this. Odie, this was huge.
That's a big fire.
Now, again, I do not know the answer to what went on with this, but it was massive over the weekend as I got pictures of this. Maybe you're from there and you know what, a marshmallow roasting contest got out of hand. I don't know.
Yeah, I would have took a big marshmallow. You wouldn't have to get real close to it.
No. I'm guessing, guess that it was some form of a controlled burn, but I couldn't bet my life on that, but that did happen over the weekend.
A lot of tree farmers and such, they'll start clearing off the land. But today and tomorrow is not the day to get out and do any kind of burning. We get called all the time. Look, I need fire department out here. Fire has gotten out of control. It's getting close to the house. Why were you burning in the first place? You've got to have ideal conditions. And the last few times people got out and burnt, it were not ideal conditions.
Takes just a second. Now, I'll have to lean on Odie on this because I don't know as much about this. Beyonce, do you know Beyonce?
Oh, I know who she is.
I know the name. Over the weekend, her uncle has passed away at the age of 77.
Well, prayers go out to her and her family for that.
An Air Force veteran is what we're learning on that. Condolences on that. Did you ever watch, and I got hooked into it, Sam and Dean Winchester. Have you ever watched any of that?
I hadn't.
Supernatural. The first 4 years was really the greatest. They kind of tracked all these ghost stories you've always heard. It would be them solving what it was. Sam and Dean to the rescue, the Winchesters. Then it got a little there in the last 10 years of what they done, a little out there. Good versus evil is what it was about. But one of the characters that was on there has passed away, and I've watched it. Maybe y'all remember him. This is what he looked like from the show. He's passed away at the age of 48. Let me get his name. He wasn't one of the main characters. Chris Guthrie is his name. He's dead at 48.
Guthrie.
He was also in some TV show called Once Upon a Time. Did you ever watch that?
Never watched that.
Don't know that one. But condolences to the family members there. A loss nonetheless. And did a great job back on that.
You know, talking about shows.
That's Sam and Dean, if you didn't know right there.
That's the ones that did.
You've never watched that? Really? I mean, that would be right up your ghost hunting.
I might have to check that
The
out.
67 Impala, the four-door Impala.
Yeah. I mean, 11 seasons. You know, that's a long time. And, yeah, there's some shows that once they've gone past 4 or 5 years, they just went kind of cuckoo.
What happens is they get different writers. And then it got into Angels versus Demons, and it sounds, and it did start out right. The further it went and they got different writers, the far off the path they got.
And just really messed it up.
Even had the guy that invented Colt guns involved in it some kind of a way.
Now, you know, like Breaking Bad.
Really good.
Really good. And then you had an offspring on it with Better Call Saul.
What
Really
a perfect
good.
lawyer that was.
I mean, yeah.
Dan, have you ever watched that, Breaking Bad?
A little bit. I tell you, there's so many channels on TV, it's kind of hard to keep up with everything.
It is. Breaking Bad is one of those, if you watch the first 2 to 3 episodes, you'd go, I ain't watching this no more.
Yeah.
It was kind of stale and boring. And about episode 4, it went,
Yeah.
and
Boom.
then you can't get away from it.
No.
Like you go to get popcorn and you can't even walk away from it. You're staring back
Yeah,
at the
you're hitting pause if you got that and going to get what you get and come back. And then when they came out with Better Call Saul, I'm like, you can't combine these two. There's no way. And then all of a sudden, I just got through watching it not last week, and I was like, I mean, how did they tie? Because I loved Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
You know, how did you tie them two together? But they did, and then you're starting to go, oh, well, that makes sense from the
I
movie.
stumbled in and needed an
Yeah.
attorney and pay me in cash and I'll wash your money.
Yeah, well,
Why don't we go buy a car wash?
yeah, you got how much? Well, after my fees, you're going to leave your family a whopping $9,000. You need to up your game.
And it's good. It started out with that American dream. A guy finds out he's going to get cancer. He has no insurance. He has a small child and another child that has
We got a teenager and a baby.
the teenager had a learning
Yeah.
disability.
Well, no, handicap.
Handicap, and he didn't know what to do. He's a school teacher, made nothing, $20,000-$30,000 a year, and so he goes, I was a scientist, and he starts making drugs, and he was really good at
Because,
it.
you know, his brother-in-law was DEA.
Oh, yeah.
And he saw a bust, and it was like $800,000. He said, oh, yeah, that's not a big one. Huh? And he, oh, yeah, that's all the time.
And then Walter White,
Cha-ching.
what was it? Say my name.
Heisenberg.
Never quite got that name, but anyway, that was a good show as we reminisce on what good shows are. Biden over the weekend said I've got it written down. I'm going to make sure I don't butcher it. And then he did. He was trying to give a quote from Lincoln's inaugural address, and he couldn't do it. We don't make this stuff up, y'all. It actually happens in real life. Cam Newton, y'all remember him, the football player?
Yeah, unfortunately.
He got attacked on stage. He was doing a charity event. 4 people jumped up on stage, jumped up on him before security could get there. It's getting bad in America, as we've seen. And I don't remember the artist, but there's been 2 or 3 that were in concert, been hit upside the head with phones. People throwing them from the audience for meanness. Odie, this just
That's
gets
not
worse.
funny.
I know. Quit laughing. Shame on you.
It's like, call me. Oh, well, I ain't got no phone, man.
We got a big event coming up tomorrow. Downtown Meridian begins at around, way before daylight. But you can walk in at about 6:30. Dan Darrington's next. He's going to tell us about, I got to ask him in just a second how many years in a row it's been. It's been a lot. We're going to have Dan joining us. Y'all don't rush off. We'll do that next.
When you gear up and journey out, nothing but you and the wilderness for miles. Just remember, you're the boss. Steel MS S271 Farm Boss, built for the toughest jobs.
Still available in Meridian at Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power. 71 Highway 19 North behind Waters International.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Because you can't see.
Yeah.
Scotty Ray and Odie, we were just discussing the disabilities of not being able to see things like you used to.
Yeah.
Things get blurry up close, and it happens just somewhere around 40, I think it happens to most people.
Well, I got these here bifocals.
Some folks start earlier in life. I can remember sitting in class and looking back and not being able to see the chalkboard. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that cleared up.
Unfortunately.
Dan, when did you start getting reading glasses? When did that happen to you?
Well, I was 47, but the doctor said, congratulations, you went 7 years past the 40 that people start needing them. But I was at the point where I said, I got a problem. And he said, oh, you just need some reading glasses. And I felt like I was a new man when I got my glasses.
Do y'all think, and let me ask, because you were in front of a computer most of your life in banking.
Yeah.
Do you think that computer screen contributes that straining that you do every day?
I'm sure it does. It can't help it, but just, I guess as time goes on, the doctor says your eyeball kind of takes a different shape, and I took his word at it and got some good reading glasses.
All right, what we mentioned, tell me again, because I was blank there for a second. How many years y'all been doing this pancake thing?
This is our 77th year in a row to do it. We were very fortunate 3 years ago when COVID hit. We had just, back when everything shut down, we just finished it in 2020, so we got a full year in. The next year, things were still kind of shut down. We were able to do it. We moved locations. It was just drive-through only. So we didn't make quite as much money, but we shut it down about 2 o'clock. We didn't want to just cancel it all together. So we was a very successful Pancake Jubilee. We didn't make as much, but it was at least,
you did it.
We kept it consecutive.
Right.
That's important. Now, we're looking for, how does this work for somebody that's just moved here, just watching, doesn't understand what we're 77 years is a long time. So how does it work? What time? Where do we go? And tell me all about it.
Well, it's at the Temple Theater Ballroom. We start serving breakfast at 6:30 in the morning. We serve all day. We finish serving at 7 o'clock. You can eat breakfast. You can eat lunch. You can eat supper. You can come and have a brunch. You can come any time of day. We're serving. It's all you can eat. Pancakes and sausage and drink. It's $6 a ticket if you get them before the day of the event. If you buy them at the door, it's $7. That's still a very reasonable price, and it's all you can eat. All the profits we raise go get reinvested into the community toward youth-related activities. This isn't something we do to pat our pocket to have a good time. I mean, all the money that we raise goes back to help Boys and Girls Club, Boy Scouts, Top Soccer, Carter Foundation. There are a number of agencies we're able to help. We're able to donate several $1,000s at Christmas to deserving kids who might not have a Christmas otherwise. So we've got about 20 different agencies we help in some form or fashion. And trust me, you can't eat anywhere for $6 or $7.
No.
But still, the profits we make. This isn't, like I say, this isn't a fundraiser for us. Every penny we make goes back into our community.
And that is so good. And each year, and it's all about kids, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
The volunteers, y'all take nothing from this. Y'all show up.
Well, we do, and we're very blessed. Our membership is probably about 30 or 35, and everybody. Some people can't take off the whole day; they'll take off half a day. All of our members are involved in some form or fashion, but we do have a lot of outside help. I know the Debs, we've kind of adopted them. They come help us set up. They'll help us clean up. The Boy Scouts are going to help us clean up. We had some guys from the Carter Foundation there yesterday. We needed some big, strong young men to help us move a lot of tables and chairs. So it's not just the Optimist Club. We have a lot of volunteers. I know Ken for Kids, Gary Tuberville, he's got some of his team that's going to help us. A lot of the people that we support financially, they come in and help out. I know some of the Care Lodge volunteers are going to be there to help us tomorrow. I hate to use the term manpower. We probably got as much woman power as we do manpower, but we do have a lot of people who help us They just volunteer their time. We just need some people at certain times, and we couldn't do it without the community. It's not just Optimist Club members. We have a lot of help from different people that.
Because I'm one of those. Y'all have to keep this in mind as you go to sit down. You can get syrup everywhere.
Oh yeah,
You got to be clean.
Well, they come in gallon jugs. It's not no
That's
little
right.
bitty bottle. It's a gallon jug of it, and like you said, you walk in, you get in line. It's pretty quick. You get your eye on what you're wanting, and they're making pancakes right there in front of you.
Don't you get some sausage too?
You get sausage
that's
patties
correct.
right there with it. Man, go get something to wash it down with. There's butter, there's syrup, there's everything you need on the table. And sit down with some people. There's a lot of people who, that's where they meet once a year to see each other. It's the camaraderie that goes along with supporting our local area agencies. This is a great place to be. Be there in the morning.
Yeah, come by lunch, all that. And let me do this. I'd made an offer earlier this last week for the police chief of Meridian, Miss Deborah Young, to help out with the charity event that's going on with the puppy dog thing. Apparently, she's not going to do that. So let me do this. I don't think she's going to have lunch with me. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy. How much is a ticket?
If you buy them this morning, it's $6. If you buy them tomorrow, it's $7. So you
don't owe me. I'm paying y'all. Let the chief know. Deborah
Okay.
Young, your lunch, pancake paid for tomorrow. I'm giving this to Dan.
All right, thank you. I'll put that in a safe place.
So
Doesn't matter what time she goes.
anytime you want, Chief, it's paid for. Swing by the Temple Theater. There's lunch waiting on you there. I'll come sit with you if you'll do that. But if she doesn't, it's paid for.
Well,
regardless.
I'll be sure and tell our folks at the front desk. And I'll tell you something else. It's not just eat there, but people get meals to go. A lot of offices buy lunch or breakfast for their staff, and it's kind of hard to let 10 people go down there at one time. So if you don't have time to sit down and eat, you can get a to-go container or several if you want to feed your family. If you go away hungry, it's because you just
It's your own fault.
You got that right.
Yeah. But,
I'm only 53 or almost.
Oh, rub it in.
Yeah.
And but I've eaten there just about every year, except my military years and a few more. But other than that, I've been there as many of them as I could. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
And all I can tell you is get there before Carolyn Smith gets there, because Carolyn can take up a whole table there where she sets up camp.
Well, now Donna Jill's probably got the most to-go orders than anybody.
She brings the whole courthouse. doesn't she?
Lee Thaggart generally comes down and says, I need to go order, and I think it's about 80 or 90.
That's a heap.
It's big. We like Donna Jill because that's a good part of our fundraising.
Absolutely. Dan, again, give us the times and how to purchase them early or where to come get them.
Well, it's tomorrow from 6:30 in the morning till 7 in the evening. You can call any Optimist Club member. You can call me at 601-527-2353. Actually, I'll be at the Temple Theater this afternoon. Paul Tarver and I'll be there kind of getting things set up. If somebody wants to come by this afternoon, they can buy tickets ahead of time and beat the crowd. So, but they can call me, go on our website and get them, or they could come down to the Temple this afternoon. We'll be setting up. So we'll have plenty of tickets, and that's a good way to be. Plus, if you buy your tickets ahead of time, if you get there to peak time, you don't have to wait in line. You just kind of slip on in and beat the crowd.
That's right.
Perfect. Dan, thank you for coming in and talking with us this morning about this.
Thank you for having me.
Temple Theater tomorrow morning. Y'all drop in and do this. It's going to be fun.
That's gonna be great.
All right.
And I hope my buddy Robbie Richardson, I hope he shows up.
Why's that?
Well, because yesterday was his birthday,
Wow.
and he had him a big old birthday, and I know he can put away some pancakes.
We'll be right back. Scotty Ray and Odie.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinard Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. As news would break right around 7 o'clock last night, an arrest was made, something that had been worrying the public for quite some time. Now, we knew that there was a breakout or an escape from the Kemper County Detention Facility. We would find out that it was someone that Lauderdale County knew specifically, Todd Riley. We would find out, and let me pull this up, that a pickup truck would come up missing. Here it is, right there near the Kemper County Jail. Now, this truck, what it had on it was an aluminum toolbox. It was located there with tag number KM13412. This was spotted near Wyandotte, out in that area. And as things would break and news would start to develop of this, we would find out that the Kemper County Sheriff's Department did make an arrest. As we look at the bib overalls, as they're kind of pulled down. Here's Todd Riley with James Moore, Sheriff James Moore of Kemper County, as we look at this. As we go across here to take a look, barefooted. He's been on the run. I'm sure he had to borrow those bib overalls off of the line of somebody somewhere, but the arrest was made. Now, this was right across the Bama state line when this all happened. He would be taken into custody without incident. Now, this is nearly the same place that he was arrested last time by the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, in that same general area from Wyandotte just across the Bama line there. As a matter of fact, I think Alabama troopers and law enforcement from Choctaw County assisted in the last arrest also. But the worries are over. He's been taken back into custody. Now, he has been transferred to Jackson to a detention facility there.
Wow. And you couldn't take no shoes, which I'm glad, because that means he couldn't run far.
Yeah, tender-footed, as they say.
You know, yeah. Them things it's not easy walking in the woods with shoes on.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that guy, great job. Awesome job to Sheriff Moore and
all those
Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, Choctaw County Sheriff, MDOC, all those guys.
Meridian Police Department,
that was good.
K-9 unit also assisted in this, and I think that the K-9s had a large play in this of tracking this down. Well, after they got the scent, I think they assisted a lot with this.
The dogs came from Atmore Prison in Alabama.
Yeah, they're kind of used to doing stuff like that.
So, yeah, them old hound dogs there. But congratulations, guys, on some great work being done and someone that's off the streets that need to be.
That's right. I just keep thinking Blake Shelton, old Blue.
Old Blue,
got me in here.
Oh, man. And, everybody's making some statements on here talking about, well, she's not going to go, or if she does, she's going to get it to go. That doesn't matter. But I just want to say, that's pretty cool to reach out and say, hey, here's you, just go down there and they've got a ticket for you. I thought that was pretty cool. And knowing you didn't do that out of any kind of animosity. You did that so you could reach out with a palm leaf. What do you call it? Palm branch?
Yeah, I think I've heard that before. It's come from the heart. It's not mean in any way. I hope she'll enjoy lunch. Have it on me. And
without having to eat with you.
I don't think that part will happen. Let's just be honest about it. But that's okay. That's all right. As we would find out late last night, also, at first it came out as we had a business that had been robbed at gunpoint. We would soon find out a few minutes later that it was an actual residence. Now, we don't have all the details of what went on, but two men, as we put this up last night, would enter a home with masks. One had a skeleton mask on with a gun, aimed, and took money and ran. Now, again, this would be in the 600 block of 45th Avenue, Odious, where this would go on. No one was hurt, no one was injured, and they were on foot. They weren't in a car, but they ran in and took off on foot. Into the night they went. To my knowledge, no one has been arrested in connection with this.
Well, hopefully, everybody let me know the right saying, and that's to extend the olive branch. And I knew that. It's just my noggin just wouldn't. It's extending the olive branch.
Okay. All right. Well,
and then Charlotte said, where was it?
Where's Charlotte?
She said, I wish I could get a ticket for lunch. Well, just hold on there. As if you order now. we're going to give away a ticket.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little later in the show, but we're going to give away a ticket for the pancake breakfast, lunch, or dinner of your choice. So
Well, there you go.
Just hang tight, and we'll tell you how to do that.
I wanted to say a thing. I went to church yesterday, and I bumped into a lot of people. And I wanted to say good morning to these. This was a lot of fun as we got to go in there. I want to say good morning to Daniel Gibson, Judith Beasley, and Miss Jessica Mayer. Also, this young lady, now she hangs out right by the front door every Sunday.
Yep.
Miss Annie Rue, I want to say good morning to her. It was so good to see her at church yesterday. She's a sweetheart. She is a gem among gems.
Yep.
Now, another big story that would happen yesterday is we had sat down for lunch, and I started getting ding, 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 ding. There's a fire. Well, that's not uncommon. We get those all the time. But it started out as there's a dump truck on fire. Wait a minute, there's a garbage truck on fire. The next thing we would know, it would be reported that 4 trucks were on fire. Let me show you the video here. This is what it looked like when I pulled up. Black smoke boiling, and then red flames would shoot from this. This would be from JWC. And let me show you the aftermath of what happened here. And y'all think about these guys. They're just like you and me. They're trying to provide a service, have a business, and they've gotten a black eye right now. Of it hurts you to lose your equipment from your job.
Yeah.
We cannot say enough thank you to all the volunteer fire departments that responded to this. 3 that I know of. Toom Suba. We also had Russell and then Northeast come and help out with this. As we go through these pictures, look at this, Odie. Total losses. Dump truck.
That's definitely a hurt. Any way you look at it, that's how they make a living. And prayers go out to them.
But look at that, 4 of them in a row.
And you've got a dump truck, you've got a front loader which does your cans at your businesses and all that, and then the one on the left there, that's one that go around and get the roll-offs and pull it away.
Now on each end of this, it was at least two other trucks saved. There were trucks right here and on this side. They were pulled to safety out of the way, and that's what we say of a big thank you to the volunteer fire department getting in it. That's gone. That'll never be fixed.
So that's 2 roll-off trucks that have been completely damaged.
And as you'll see, the firemen there, as they're close up personal there, that old diesel smoke that was boiling out of there. We just can't say. And this is the bird's eye view from back on the hill of looking down at this. And I'm telling you, the flames were big. But again, a thank you from all of us and all of those at JWC for what they did for helping out. They want to say thank you to each and every one of you that came out to their business and tried to save all of that. Now, another thing when it comes to a fire this weekend, let's go to Wally World.
Wally World, you can even get a fire at Wally World?
Yes, you can. Look at this. Let me hit play on this and just show you this. This is the fire that was in the parking lot as a vehicle caught fire. This is Highway 19 as firemen, the Meridian Fire Department. Look how big that was.
Wow. That's a lot of fuel in our vehicles now. Not the gasoline or the diesel, but all of the seats, that is petroleum based. The plastics that we have in them. All of that creates a huge fire. And then you've got magnesium that's in a lot of our vehicles. I'm telling you, as soon as you put water to magnesium, boy, you get some beautiful sparks.
Now, that was not the only car fire. Here's another one. It was near San Marcos Mexican restaurant, the street in between the tire shop and there.
Yeah.
This car caught fire right there. As you can see, that's Trustmark Bank in the background right there. It's got some noise in the background, so I won't hit play on that. I was out and about, and I couldn't edit it enough to lower that. But that's another car fire that happened this weekend. They were like everywhere. They're everywhere. It's like Santa Claus.
Scotty Ray, huh? He everywhere.
We had another grass fire. These are pretty common. The least little thing can set off one. This actually started from a fire from the day before. Kind of like 490 up here at Windsor Road last week, the hay bales.
Yeah, it's hard to put hay out. Doesn't matter how far.
And then it caught back up the next day.
Yeah. And the wind's not helping. Man, I tell you, it is really something.
It was. Now, another big headline that we did have one person shot in Meridian over the weekend, as we will go here to pull this up to show you here. This was in the 1100 block of 27th Avenue. One person was taken to the hospital with multiple gunshots. I believe it's non-life threatening. That is the good news out of that. So we're glad to say that part. Are we scared that more is going to happen? We absolutely are. Speaking of gunfire, let me show you a couple of more things that did happen over the weekend with gunfire. 40th Avenue, 27th Street, right here. Gunfire. Not much to it, no injuries, no damage there. But we would also have more gunfire. Let me find what I've done with this. This would be, here we go, a house and a car was shot up, Odie, over the weekend. I'm not sure if you're aware of this one.
Wow. No, I wasn't.
This would be in the 3rd Street area, 45th, 46th, 47th Avenue. Here's 5th Street, the all-familiar place. 5th Street right in here where we had the car shot last weekend. Right here is where we had the 200 rounds fired a couple of weeks ago. This would be due south of there. They did walk down this street, if y'all remember, on 45th down through here. Almost the same area. It's consistently been some type of gunfire. Now, no one was hurt here, but a house and car was shot up. More and more, we're seeing more happen in this area. If you live in these areas, be cautious and call police. Anything that looks suspicious, I would go ahead and hit redial to let the police be alert that something does not look right there, because it's gotten so bad there lately. Don't wait. Be proactive is what I'm trying to point out on that area there.
Yeah.
Whew.
Man.
We're going back in time here in just a second. Odie, tell them what we're going to give away here.
You know, we're going to give away this here mug.
That had some ink pens in it.
Yeah. And this is a Hyundai of Meridian Scotty Ray Report mug. And there's 2 ways that you can put your name in the hat to get this, and that is a birthday or an anniversary. And if you post that on here and let us know, at the end of the show, we'll draw for that. And so we got Casey Miller, is 29 years old today. Happy birthday to Charlie Miller. Happy birthday to Deanna Branning. Happy birthday to Melissa Bradford Fuller. And happy 30-year anniversary to Richard and Robbie Fournay, I believe. I hope I didn't butcher that. But you notice that Casey Miller, when they brought in her birthday, they said she was 29. So we don't know if that's the regular 29 or an actual 29. You know how women's always got the 29th birthday. But nobody else wanted to put their birthdays on here. Nobody likes that number.
That's right.
So happy birthday, and that's going to be for this Hyundai of Meridian Scotty Ray Report coffee cup that you can get from Hyundai of Meridian, and go in there and tell them that you saw that on the Toyota Meridian Studios Scotty Ray and Odie show right there on 39. Robin said, yes, it is the actual 29. So,
get out of here.
Look at there.
We'll be right
deal.
back. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need, with a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. And welcome back. As we begin this morning, we're getting reports of yet another threat in Clark County. Law enforcement are dealing with this as another threat has possibly been made at a school. Law enforcement agencies are aware of this. As soon as we get more information on this, we will update the story. But we're getting that reports of a text message going out. We'll tell you all about that as soon as we get more information on that.
Yeah.
Did we get Wanda Thompson's birthday, or is that a brand spanking new
That's
one?
a brand spanking new one.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and get Wanda Thompson's having a birthday, and Buster Harrington's having a birthday today. And we got Lawrence and Martha Buckley, 58th anniversary today. What do I get for 58 years from my wife. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, and this is a secret, but this will help you carry on. The best thing you can get for your wife on your 58th wedding anniversary, anything she wants.
Good answer. Good answer. We're also, Odie, getting reports of another fire, a structure fire in an abandoned home, possibly in the 5,000 block of Fox Road. Flames are showing it's fully involved at this point. It's a large 2-story house. Top floor is completely on fire. So as we watch this, Fox Road is where that is. As soon as we get more information on that, we will pass that along as things start to be breaking loose this morning, bright and early. Whew. Let's go to back in time. Let's go back to 1863.
He made a speech.
He did. He made a speech, and this was going on in America. Each state had their own money. They made their own currency. Well, federal law would come out today, and it would be signed by Abe Lincoln, or signed. I didn't say that correctly. And they would make the Federal Reserve note instead of each one. If you'll go back and remember, money was done that way up until then.
Yeah, each state had their own.
Yeah, we got one type of currency. It got established on this day back in 63.
On a non-governmental agency, the National Reserve.
There you go.
It's not government.
The Civil War, and then all of your Jesse James movies, and you would really see this gun used in, what's his name?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Josie Wales.
Josie Wales, yep.
Had the hand crank. You ever heard of the Gatling gun?
Oh.
Well, it was a guy that invented it. He passed away on this day in 1903. He was the guy that invented it. We would change the U.S. Army. They used that in the back of the wagons. You remember those?
Sure did.
I bet one of those is worth a small fortune now, one of the originals.
Yeah.
So, there's always somebody behind it. When you hear the name Gatling, it was named after someone.
You know, we had, and I can't remember, it was outrageous that it was called the Sea Whiz, and it was what we had on the Navy ships. It looked like a R2-D2. I mean, it's a Gatling gun.
Uh-huh.
And, they shoot a couple hundred rounds a second. I mean,
Just,
it's a whirr. Yeah, Greenpeace was out there in their little aired up buggies, and they were throwing paint on a Navy ship. We were in Toulon, France, and the captain come across and says, "This is a United States naval vessel. Stop." They didn't. He said, "This is your last chance. Stop." They didn't. He said, "You will be fired upon."
And they mean that when that
said, and they threw one more little balloon with green paint, and it went, and all you could see was them swimming back to shore.
It took away their boat. This next guy, I know that you saw him a lot because he was on Charles Ingalls. He made several guest appearances on Little House on the Prairie. Westerns. Oh, this guy was in just about everywhere that you can imagine. He was a comedy relief, so to speak.
He's like our own Greg.
Dub Taylor, born in 1906. Remember that face?
Yes. Yeah. Or either Greg was like him.
Yeah. We get Greg a hat like that, he might could pass for him.
It'd have to be a big hat, though, to go around his head.
Oh, listen, it's getting... And as you brought up Greg, I think this is his hero.
It is. Not the one in the back.
A guy had a birthday today. He done several movies of The Honeymooners and several others, but there would be one film that really defined who he was that for generations will remember it. Jackie Gleason was born in 1916 on this day. He told him not to move. One of his fellow officers would be by later to arrest them.
Oh, yeah. That's
Junior in the background.
When we get home, I'm going to slap your mama.
There's no way that you come from my loins. I don't know who wrote those parts, but they truly were good at what they done.
Can we watch the ball game, Daddy?
I don't think we can say what that next line was. 1919, one of America's most beautiful places would become a national park as the Grand Canyon became a park. Isn't that beautiful?
Man, that is gorgeous.
Seems like as a kid I may have went there, but I've heard they invented this glass floor that goes out there that I'd have nothing to do with.
Well,
have you seen
be
that
standing
picture?
on something.
Doesn't matter. And they've got some form. I think it's some of these skyscrapers to where if you step on it, it has the fake like the glass is breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I'd have to throw you a rope.
Whew. Fats Domino. Anybody remember this guy?
Oh, man.
Born in 1928 on this date. Forget that about Machine Gun Kelly there. That's an accident there. But it's Fats Domino's birthday, born in 28. A lot of people liked him.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's 1932, somebody else that would be, he was born, had absolutely nothing. Had a brother that would pass away at an early age. A lot of times we hear these stories. And be virtually nothing more than a sharecropper family. But he had a talent, would go off to the military, and that talent would be found in a place called Memphis, Tennessee. And as they say, the rest is history, as Johnny Cash was born on this day back in 32.
1932.
The Man in Black. And that is I don't know if you've ever heard the song Man in Black of why he wears the black. And he described in the song why he did. Oh, Johnny.
I'm trying to remember
I don't know all the words to it, but it was for basically for everybody that was picked on. Has ever had a bad day? Yeah, can you do the words to this?
Bad to the bone.
There you go. George Thorogood. Y'all ever heard of him? He was born on this date, and I know he's done. Didn't he also do one bourbon, one something, one scotch?
One bourbon,
when
one
the landlady
scotch,
says, "Where's my rent?"
and one beer.
So I went out the back door.
Yeah.
No. But George Thorogood, born on this day, he was real big in the 80s, if you're wondering who that was.
I drink a lot.
This guy's got a lot of hair. That's all that, I don't know any other way to describe him. He done love songs.
And he can play a clarinet.
And his hair would get hung up in window. I mean, he couldn't drive a pickup truck. He'd get caught in the window.
He'd have to put it up, and I can't say anything about a ponytail. I had a ponytail back in the day.
Michael Bolton was born on this date, and of course, he had all those ballads. I did not realize that he'd sold 75 million records, though.
Yes.
Man.
Way up there. Yeah.
He may have repopulated all of Ohio all on his own there with those love songs. Bless it. 1969, I loved this song. It was all about, well, getting pulled over in a small country town, and you can't pay the fine, so you get escorted to jail. Then they tell you the judge is not coming for a week.
Yeah, so
you got to eat that bad bologna.
Oh, they wouldn't even fry it, would they?
Nope, and had this jailer's, the sheriff's wife, delivered the bologna, and he goes, man, she was awful looking. But he said after about 5 days of eating bologna, she got to looking better. When he got out, he offered for her to run away with him. We go back for Tom T. Hall as he released
Bob knew it.
A Week at a County Jail.
Ooh.
It was a cute song, and if you've never heard it, check that out. I really liked it. 1976, these guys owned it. It would be the first album ever that went platinum. We're talking the greatest hits. Y'all remember this? A lot of you still got it. The Eagles. And I got to ask because I don't know. Is that a bird skull? What is that? I've seen it on the cover of that album for years and never known what it was. Is it a mask or is it a beak skull?
You know, now that you say that, I got the same question. I never really paid it a whole lot of attention.
I don't know. I have no idea what that is. So if anybody knows the answer to that, please let us know.
Yeah.
1983, it would go number one today. It was a remake. George Jones done it first, but this guy said, well, I can redo it, and it worked out. As Charlie Pride took Why Baby, You Make Me Cry. It went to number one on this date back in 83. Love me some Charlie Pride.
Charlie Pride, he is the man now.
It was burgers and fries and cherry pies. Whew.
He could sing it.
And does my ring hurt your finger when you go out at night? A lot of old boys thought that.
Yeah.
1983 would also bring about something else. Across the dial of the radio, this would be going on.
I was thinking that it was the nose job.
No, it wasn't that. It was a thing called Thriller. That's the best I did. He had a white glove and he wasn't scared to use it. It stayed number one for 37 weeks.
You know, he's got his quirks and everything else, but give him kudos.
Oh, he was a singer.
There's no one else that's as close to Elvis as this guy.
Yeah, he would. He'd be number two after that.
He'd be number two, and I mean, just that good. All right, Austin said Google said that was a horse skull.
Really, a horse skull? Don't look at it.
So
I'll take your word for it.
They zoomed out.
Eagle skull, maybe somebody said it was I didn't know that.
They said that's what Uncle Google said.
Well, Uncle
Google is right. It come off the internet.
Got to be true.
It's got to be true.
1991. He would go on as far as himself. He was a one-hit wonder, but he wrote songs for Alabama, Tanya Tucker, Marie Osmond, Conway. If you write a song for Conway, you're somebody.
Ooh, yeah.
And he recorded one of his own and went number 1 today. Anybody remember a guy named Mike Reed called Walk on Faith? It was very catchy. We've come to the place in our love. It was good.
Now we got another Uncle Google says that it's an eagle skull. So I don't want to have to go look at Uncle Google. And then alligators got to bring in that one thing that everybody was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, not only was he just number 2 to Elvis, out was his son-in-law.
Yeah. Nicolas Cage was too, though. We'd like to point that out. Half of Hollywood was.
Maybe not son-in-law, but they were close.
Yeah, they were. I forget how long Nicolas Cage was. He was infatuated by Elvis.
Yes, he was.
And it didn't last very long.
Yeah.
1991, there was a song recorded. I really like this guy. I met him several times. As Good as Gold. Anybody remember a guy named Joe Diffie and Ships That Don't Come In? It was recorded today in a studio on this, and, well, the rest is history, as it would become the Davy Allison funeral song. It would be what would cause the affair between Joe and her. After the funeral, she needed somebody to lean on. They were singing, "Lean on Me."
Yeah.
Caused a little rift there later. 1993, what is it?
We've got more people. We got more eagle skulls than we do. We've only got one horse skull.
Okay.
But molded out of clay. Yeah.
Well, it does make more sense since they were the eagles.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a cast of an eagle skull. So,
Okay.
There we
But
go.
I did not know that. I've often seen that and thought it was those masks that you put on?
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
that's what it was there for a while.
Yeah, what do you call those masks? The doctor mask.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah, I got one because of COVID. It was funny because it's a pandemic mask.
With the beak.
Yeah, with the beak. Golly, I can't think
Goes
of
great
it.
with his clown outfit.
It does, but doctors wore it.
1993, this would be the first attempt. The second attempt would be successful. But in 1993, this would happen in New York City. Anybody remember this? The World Trade Center was attacked in the garage. It happened.
Yeah, it did.
Attack on America. As we go back to 1997, you'll know this guy. He was the lucky dude who got to hang out with the 3 chicks. Now, I don't think I chose the right chick photo. I'm going to be honest about this because she may have only been on there a year, but it's still the most powerful picture that came from that. Farrah Fawcett, of course.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking David Doyle, who played Bosley, passed away of a heart attack at the age of 67. Where does this come from in my head, Odie?
You got 8 words trying to come out at one time, and it just kind of.
I'm coming Biden here in my older age here. It won't come out right. I had totally forgotten this. 1998, a girl that had a talk show from Mississippi, Oprah, was huge.
Yeah.
She got into a disagreement with some cattle farmers. They ended up suing her, for major money. It went to court, and today, well, she was cleared of all charges. They said it wasn't true, it wasn't her fault, and they lost. I don't even remember now what she said about the cattle.
I don't either.
They were saying what she said hurt the cattle industry prices for what, but that's been many, many moons ago.
It has been a while.
It has been.
Where was that fire at?
What fire?
That
Fox Road?
Fox Road. Is that southeast area?
I think so. I'd have to look at it on
Yeah, that's
the
what
map.
I was. Because somebody asked what was going on in southeast. I
Yeah.
think that was that fire that we were just talking about.
Abandoned home.
That's out there.
This home has been on fire before. I'm getting notes on here as we look at this. It is fully involved, and they are attempting to put it out. But that's what's going on out in the southeast area there.
So be careful if you're in that area.
Ooh, I mispronounced a name earlier there. One of our sweet girls. I said Daniel. It's Danielle. Did I say that? I meant to say. Oops. I'm sorry.
Well, all right. Bob said a hamburger was unhealthy.
Do what? Now?
Well, a hamburger was unhealthy.
What hamburger?
I guess.
That's what she said.
I guess so.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Yes, she has a huge reach. But if she thinks that a hamburger's unhealthy, that's her thought.
Let me give you an example of how that didn't work out for somebody else. Country music and cows and country people kind of go together. It's just one of those things. You go to a concert, there's hamburgers, there's usually a little Budweiser, maybe a little Miller Lite involved in it somewhere at a concert. And then there was K.D. Lang, who then said, I'm not going to perform anywhere that serves beef. I'm against it. That was the end of her career.
Well, you're not going to come here.
It was over. Not that she was good to begin with. It was kind of awful. I'm not going to lie to you. I never understood how her and Lyle Lovett should have done a concert together because they were both horrible. Horrible.
And he was ugly.
Have you ever looked at her? I'm not saying she looked like the part of the Polaroid that you pull off, but I'll let you make your own.
Yeah, you're right there. Oh.
But she made that statement. It was over after that.
All right, so Amy watches these shows, kind of like
Hey, Amy.
Angie.
Oh, your wife. Amy.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
She watches these different shows, and one of them has to be a farmer looking for a wife.
Farmers only.
Kind of like that, but they got some farmers out there, and then they got a bunch of women that come, and they pick it down to each one of them come down with one. They go
Is this
get
a
married.
TV show?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, one of them farmers looking for a wife thing. And she was watching it last night, and I was stuck sitting there watching some of it too, because I think half of it's hilarious. And so the one farmer, he had this girl over there, and they were talking, getting to know each other. And she said, oh, well, I'm a vegan. And he looked at her and says, you do understand that this here's a beef farm. Do you really want to marry a farmer that makes his living off of a beef?
She didn't quite get the big picture there.
No, farmer wants a wife. That's it. See, she knew. I'm thinking the same thing.
And let me just say this. If you've got to go on national television to beg for a wife, something's wrong. Now, there's nothing wrong with your buddy hooking you up with somebody from church around, but to go on a national, that stuff is, it bothers me. 2021, we had a problem. A toy maker made a decision. And I'm just going to put this up here. This was what happened. They announced that Mr. Potato Head was no longer Mr. Potato Head. It was gender neutral.
I never got that part in my box of potato heads.
I ain't even going to touch it. I ain't touching it.
I didn't know that was an attachment.
We'll be right back. Scotty Ray and Odie, let's put a smile on. We'll see you soon.
Your next appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, drop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers. A showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen, Amana, and delivery is available. With a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. and by appointment after hours and weekends.
Fantasy Cottage Floral and Gifts is located in downtown Quitman, directly across the street from the post office. They are your one-stop shop for all of your floral and gift-giving needs. They have everything you need to make those you care about feel special, from a fully stocked gift shop to roses, mixed flower arrangements, and plants. Whether it be a special occasion or just because, remember them in your time of need for all of your funeral floral arrangements. Call on Fantasy Cottage Floral and Gifts at 601-776-3010.
If it's crossed your mind about a new tractor, visit my friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 here in Collinsville. They got any style, any size that you're looking for. And right now you can take advantage of getting a new tractor, a trailer, and a bush hog, all for $31,000, 0% interest for 84 months. Yeah, 0% for 84 months. Also, a great service department to work on any tractor that you have. From bush hogs, disc, and tillers, see it all at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. Well, if you're looking for a home, this is the folks who help you out. Snowden & Company, whether you're buying, selling, they kind of do all of that. Their specialty at this as we look here. From your dream home to a small home, maybe your mother's got to move in with you, mother-in-law. Need a little extra space. They can help find the home that will do all of that. They're all around town from Dalewood all the way to Clark County. If you're looking for a place there, Enterprise School District, they've got that. Even over to the Jackson area, Flowood.
They handle all this for you. It's a great place. If you want someone to handle it for you, speak to them. Again, this is our friends at Snowden and Company. They'll be there through 5 this afternoon, closed on Saturday and Sunday, but can make an appointment on Saturday. See them. Find the home that you're looking for. Snowden and Company. Deal with the people that do this every day. 601-453-3937. They'll make it simple for you. Talk to them. Let's see here.
There was a guy who got a bad note from the doctor, said you got 6 months to live, and he said, what is he going to do? And he said, I'm going to move my mother-in-law in with us. And when he said, why would you do that? He said, because that'd be the longest 6 months of my life.
Personal experience over here.
I love my mother-in-law. I'm blessed.
He's backtracking, y'all.
No, I got a great mom out there, so yeah.
We had an accident on I-20 this weekend. This would be right by the Welcome Center. Car flipped in the median there. No major injuries, just some slight injuries. Nothing major there, though. So that had a silver lining to that. Let's see here. What else has gone on? We had a chance to go down Saturday, and let's just pull up, because he's going to be our guest tomorrow.
That's right.
The High Sheriff is coming to...
I wonder if he's going to bring his wig.
I don't think so.
Okay.
He used it this weekend. As we look here, Ward Calhoun portraying his great-grandfather. Is that right?
Great-great-grandfather.
Is it 2 greats on it?
I think it's 2 greats. We'll get that cleared up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we look here, with so many different actors that fill the downtown area there you are hanging out with the pretty women.
Well,
Couldn't help it, could you?
Couldn't help it.
But this began right here at Dumont Plaza, and it was scattered all over downtown Meridian. The History Walk. We even got to bump back into, there's Ward again.
He's thinking in that picture.
And we got to see Dr. Alan Brown again, who was down there telling about the railroad men that got off the bridge. It was so many that showed up for this, and it was fun, was it not?
It was fun. And I'm telling you, the weather, it was a little windy, but overall, the weather, it was absolutely beautiful.
There's Donna P.
being out there. Great stories, all kinds of stories. I learned so much, and it is something that you could bring kids to, and they know what's going on and the history of where we come from.
I don't know where y'all are from, but when they yell the word chitlin cooking, they come running in Neshoba County. We go to Linwood as we look at the sheriff's department. Big turnout for this car show, whole 9 yards there at the Baptist Church. A big thank you to everyone that came out and helped out with the
I think it was
fundraising.
a car show, not the chitlin.
Are you sure?
I don't know, because I don't have.
That is not my...
Do you eat chitlin?
No, sir. Remember, I didn't join the Boy Scouts over there.
I ate a lot of things, but a chitlin ain't one of them.
No, sir. It ain't. It is not my pick of the... Oh.
Yeah, I'll eat anything fried with a cracker,
Folks,
but that.
If you cook that in your house, you can't go back in there for a week. I don't know who made this popular, but it wasn't me and Odie.
No, we could have found something else to cook.
Y'all, I'm telling you, that's rough stuff there. But it may be your pick of what you love to do there. Also, I had a chance. This went on Friday night, as a matter of fact. Jimmy Rogers. If you'd like to find out more about this, coming to the theater in Philadelphia at Marty Stewart's place, Congress of Country Music. They will have Merle Haggard's son, Ben, performing there. They've got some other performers that will be making their way to the Jimmy Rogers Festival. That all the announcements were made as we look at a few of the pictures from inside. There we go. They were videoing it. There's O'Ken.
I'd like to see Marty Stewart's place take off, but I sure hope he don't steal everything that we had at one time here.
I don't think. Well, I won't go there. A lot of things going on in Philadelphia.
I'm telling you, when you got Dolly Parton came there.
Sure did. That's pretty big.
Now
there.
you got Merle Haggard coming.
No, Merle Haggard's gone.
I mean, Merle Haggard's son's coming.
Well, that's not really.
Well, I mean, he's not the.
You wouldn't know Ben if you didn't know Merle. That's what he's never had a hit.
But the name's going Haggard. They're going to come down there.
Yeah, oh yeah. People will try to see it. Now, is he a good singer? He absolutely is. I've listened to his stuff. Ben has got a lot of talent.
That's gonna be something. All right, y'all that's on Facebook, and get your phones ready, because we're gonna have a question in a minute.
First person to answer it.
First person to answer it
in the comments.
A ticket. So y'all get that ready. Get them handy and ready.
Okay, we'll do that in just a second there. You be thinking about your question and what you're going to ask?
I got a good one.
Okay, all right. We had an incident where we had a Charger injured Friday.
Oh, not
a Challenger. A purple Challenger. We did. Right there near the hospital. As we look at this, the Meridian Popo showed up on the scene and whoop, got a car damage there. These things happen all around town. We do our best to let you know where traffic's going to be a little bit slower. It's what we try to do with each and every one of these.
One-eyed, one horn flying, purple people here.
There you go. Hey, we had a little slowdown in Collinsville yesterday at four-way. I don't know whether it ran out of gas or what happened, but it quit right there. It wasn't going no further.
We need some help.
Things like that happen there. You got a question? We'll go to commercial and come back and see if we get a winner on that. Or do you need a second?
No, we got it here, so y'all ready, because the first one that comes up here on the screen with the correct answer wins a ticket. All right, listen close. How many consecutive years has the Optimist Club put on the pancake breakfast? Boom.
First person to answer it correctly in the comments, and it'll pop up in front of us. Good luck to everybody. What was the question again now?
How many consecutive years has they put it on? And
you've already gotten
golly, Alligator was the first one. 77 years.
Okay, who's our winner?
John Bradley, Alligator himself. Call me Alligator, and I'll get you that ticket.
All right, congratulations. There are a lot of people jumping on with that.
Boy, boom, 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 boom.
Everybody knew it, Odie.
Yes, a lot of them.
Yeah, congratulations. But the first to show up on the comments there was John Bradley. Congratulations. We'll be right back to give away a coffee mug next here, coming up with Scotty Ray and Odie.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
And welcome back. We wanted to say a thank you. We were out and about Friday afternoon, and we got a chance to go have lunch, break bread together as we went out. Let me show you a picture of this. We want to say thank you to El Norte Mexican Restaurant. We had a blast there.
We had a good time. Some of the people didn't know how to take us, but we had a good lunch.
And look at here. We even got a comment here where Mayor Larry Hill said, well, I went to lunch with them too.
It's a good place to go, I reckon.
I'm thinking they were out investigating the big city of Marion. When somebody rides with the mayor of Marion,
they're looking for something.
Big things are coming. So I thought we'd share that little bit of information with you. That was a load of fun. We appreciate it. Another thing that we're going to be helping out with this week is coming up, helping puppy dogs. This is great here. If you hadn't heard about this, Roadside Animal Rescue is doing a benefit on Wednesday night. Now, I know Greg has volunteered to do some extra above, and you have. I'll be there. We'll be going live to tell you about the events there. Jordan is coming here. Jordan's Way, he's a guy that does this nationally to raise money for puppies. And let me again remind you, these dogs, a lot of them were mistreated. They need a family, and that's what this is about, a forever home, as they say.
Yeah, that's third in my heart. First in my heart is a child. Second in my heart is the elderly. And then an animal.
Yep.
If you don't like a dog, I ain't got a problem with that. You don't like a cat, don't have a problem with that. That's fine. But if you're going to have one, you're going to take care of it. And there's no sense in mistreating an animal for any reason.
I have to say this, in all my years, I often talk about, well, a judge didn't do his job. He should have done something. I have never seen a judge actually punished for making a bad decision, but we do have that now. As we go to Illinois, there was a rape, and the person that was accused of the rape had spent, a couple of months in jail, and the judge goes, well, that's enough, and turned him loose. He has been taken from the bench for doing that. Now, I'm sure this is going to be reversed, but they have removed the judge from the bench from making decisions. That was a horrible decision.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
This was in Chicago.
He gets exactly what he deserves.
Well, there you go. So he's off the bench. Can't be making any more bad decisions for anyone.
I had to make sure there wasn't no birthdays on it.
Oh, I got you there. All right, let's give away a coffee mug.
All right, here we go. And number 7, Buster Harrington. Happy birthday, winner chicken dinner of the Hyundai of Meridian Scotty Ray Report coffee mug. All you got to do is go down to Hyundai of Meridian right there on Highway 39, big silver building. You cannot miss it. And tell them that you are Buster Harrington, winner of the birthday mug.
Starting to see some pictures of what's going on in the southeast area. That home is totally destroyed as we look at this, but no one was home. We do think it's possibly an abandoned home on Fox Road. No injuries, but the home is gone at this point. Major fire has taken that out. Over the weekend in Wisconsin, we don't hear a lot about Wisconsin. They're famous for cheese, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Isn't that kind of what they do?
Yep.
The cheeseheads.
The cheeseheads. Mm-hmm.
They had teenagers break into a car dealership, Range Rovers, I might add, stole 9 at one time. Out the glass they drove with all of them. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. So that's what we've got happening there. Who got booed this weekend? Lindsey Graham. Lindsey never knows what side of the fence he's on. One moment he's for this person, and then whatever's happening in the news media, he changes his tune. He showed up at a Trump event and was booed. People are not real crazy about him. We want to say thank you to each and one of y'all for dropping by this morning, spending some time with us. We do appreciate it so much. We're going to be coming back tomorrow. How long are we going before we get back?
Be about 23 hours, and we'll be back, and we'll be here with you again. I want to close with something just a little different than what I normally do.
Okay.
And I want to read a verse.
Okay.
2 Timothy 4, verse 3. For the time will come when people will not put up with sound doctrine. Instead, to suit their own desires, they will gather around them a great number of teachers to say what their itching ears want to hear. They will turn their ears away from the truth and turn aside to myths. But you keep your head in all situations, endure hardship, do the work of an evangelist, and discharge the duties of your ministry. That means the Word of God and the things in it from God are what we're to live by. This is the days and times where right is wrong and wrong is right, and we need to step up and read the Word of God and live by the Word of God and the true Word of God, and that will make each one of us a better, but we've got to accept the Lord Jesus Christ into our heart and have Him come into our lives each and every day. Thank you for being with us. We will hope to see you tomorrow. Hope you have a wonderful day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: